So you have a PC at home, or in school, or perhaps in your workplace, and you realize that you're not able to install any form of software. And that's pretty demoralizing. So perhaps what you want to do is you want to be able to install your favorite games. You want to be able to install and bypass internet restrictions. You want to be able to say go online and hack nonstop. Watch hacker live videos. Then in that case, I'm going to teach you a simple way for you to be able to bypass all of these restrictions and give yourself an administrative rights into any PCs. And yes, this is really easy to do. You just have to follow the instructions all the way to the end. And I promise you, you will be able to install any of these games, watch any of the videos you want, and surf the internet freely. So before we get started, kids, remember hacking is illegal. If you get caught hacking, you go to jail and you don't have an opportunity to see my videos anymore. And remember, if the police ask you, where did you learn all this from? Do not tell them you know who's Mr. Hacker Loy. The first thing you'll need is, of course, a PC. So the PC could be a laptop, or it could be a desktop. So whichever the case is, wherever you found it, you must be able to have physical access to these computers. Number two, you need to be able to create a Windows installation media. All right, so this requires either a CD-ROM, who is still using any CD-ROM nowadays, or it could be a USB thumb drive that you can use that will allow you to plug right in to the computers. And then after which, number three, we just have to boot into the installation media or the recovery disk. So whichever the situation is, as long as you're able to boot into this specific installation media, we'll be able to change up some instructions inside the computer. And once that is done, boom, game over. So right in front of us, I have a computer running. So all I got to do right now is click onto it, and you see here that we have script kitty Loy. So perhaps I have the user password to it. Even if I don't have it, it doesn't matter, right? So once we're in here, you notice that I am operating as a fairly limited user. So if I go ahead and open up and I click onto say downloads, I double click onto say a software that I want to install, and I get a pop-up, and a pop-up says, hey, you got to enter the password. And if I try what sort of passwords, and so whatever password I try, I keep getting the username or password is incorrect. Now, what I want to showcase here is if you go to bottom left, you go ahead and sign up from here. So from this screen, what's really important now is to be able to identify where are the areas that we can change up a little that gives us access into the computer. So you see on the bottom right, there are three buttons that we can click onto. And one of them, the one right in the middle, is going to be the most important one. So if you clicked on it, it says the following of ease of access. I clicked on it, we have a pop-up, narrator, magnifier, and whatnot. So what we want to do here is to replace this process and give us command prompt so we look like a really cool hacker. And once we have that, we can enter in all those fancy commands that then allow us administrative access into the PC. Sounds really exciting, isn't it? So what you need to do is head over to this page called Create Installation Media for Windows. So as you scroll down, we have several options. So it could be Windows 7, 8.1, Windows 10, 11, and so on. So what we have here now is I can say, go ahead and select under Windows 10. All right, so it will have a download Windows 10. So what this allows us to do is to be able to create the installation media either in CD-ROM or in USB drive that we can then plug over into the computer. Then we will boot into the installation media, repair it, and give us access to the entire PC. So what you can do now is go ahead and select onto download now. So you can see right here, I have already downloaded a file called media creation to 22h2.exe. Double clicked on that. So we're heading over to another computer to download and run this so that we can create the installation media. And you can see right here, getting a few things ready. So go ahead and read through the applicable notices and license terms. Click accept on that. Getting a few things ready once more. So right here, we got two options. The first option is to upgrade this PC, which we are not going to select. Instead, we'll be creating an installation media for another PC. So go ahead and select onto the second option, click on next. And right here, we have several options. We have language, edition, as well as architecture. So this depends on the PC that we are targeting. So if you head back over into the PC, all you got to do is enter system information, hit enter on that, and you'll be able to get the different versions of Windows as well as the architecture type. In this case, we have x64, and of course we have the OS of Microsoft Windows 10 Pro. So once you're ready, go ahead and click next on that, and of course in this case, get your USB flash drive ready, or you can burn it into an ISO file. So in my case, I'm doing it virtually, but you can definitely get it working in a physical USB flash drive. So once you're ready, click onto and go ahead and save the windows.iso into your computer. So right here, I have the Windows ISO already created, so I can easily use that. So just give it a while for you to download it. Now that the file has been created, all you got to do in this case is say under devices, optical drives. So in my case, I have the windows.iso here, clicked on it, click open, and that's it. All right, now we have the CD drive. But what we need to do now is to restart the computer and boot it in that bootable media. So let's go ahead and restart the computer. Go to bottom left, click on the power, and click restart. So this is the part that gets really exciting. So what you need to do is when the computer is booting up, you need to ensure that you select onto the bootable drive. So in this case, press F12. So we have in our situation, C for CD-ROM. Press any key to boot from CD or DVD. So in your case, it's going to be a USB flash drive. So right here, we are now booting over into the Windows setup. So all I got to do, click next, all right, click repair your computer in state. And once we're here, all right, you want to click onto troubleshoot and select under command prompt. So this is the part where you look like a hacker, but you're not yet a hacker. So what you want to do now is navigate over into the installation drive. So in this case, the installation drive is on D drive, after which we CD over into Windows, CD over into System32. And once we're here, we have to rename a couple of things. So remember earlier, we look at the ease of access. So it is an executable, and the executable of that is called util-man. So in this case, what we want to do is to change it up a little bit. So what we want to do now is to go ahead and change, say, all right, rename cmd.exe, all right, to util-man2.exe. Hit enter on that, and then followed by the following of rename util-man, all right, .exe to cmd.exe. So we are changing things up a little bit. And finally, to change the util-man2.exe to util-man.exe, hit enter on that. Boom, done. Now all we got to do is go ahead and close off command prompt. All right, go ahead and click continue. And now we are restarting into the computer without the bootable media. So you can see right here, we're starting up the computer right now. So let's give it a couple of minutes for us to start into Windows. So you can see we're loading, and right here we're in. You can see on the bottom right, we click onto ease of access, and right now we get a command prompt in state. And you can see over here, under the name, we have util-man.exe. So we change this from command prompt. So you can enter, say for example, who am I? And we have anti-authority system. So this is an elevated privilege that we can use to change things up. Or you can enter who are you? Just kidding, there is no such command. Now what we want to do is to create a new user. Say for example, net user hackerloy. Hackerloy is the password, and /add. Hit enter on that. We have now successfully created a new user. Next up, we want to give this user more privileges. So we enter the following of net PLWIZ, hit enter on that. Boom, you can see right here we have hackerloy. We can click under properties, and we can click under group membership. So from here we can select under administrator, click apply, click OK, done. So all we got to do right now is go ahead and close off command prompt, go and enter the password to whichever user you want to access into. But of course in this case, script kitty loy do not have any administrative privileges. So what I can do now is I go into command prompt, I hit enter on that, enter net user script kitty loy. I hit enter on that, and you notice over here that we are not in the administrative group. But it doesn't matter, we already have administrative privileges because of the newly created user. So all I got to do right now is go under downloads, double click onto say steam setup.exe or whatever executable you want to run. Double click on that, and right here we have the following. We have hackerloy. So all I got to do is the password of hackerloy. As you can see right here, okay, this is the password. Click yes, boom, done. It's game over.